we're back, and we are at Worldwide Wrestling. It's so good to have you with us on this uncensored weekend. The event originates, of course, from the North Charleston Coliseum. It's time for the amazing French Canadians, Brain.
I hope they sing.
Why would you want them to sing?
They sing very good, like Milli Vanilli. They're good. Ah, yes. Claude Rains of WCW at Casablanca. He has that look, don't he, Parker?
No, not at all, as a matter of fact. Thumbs down, and, well, are they going to get the microphone to sing? I mean, we're wasting a lot of time here. We could be wrestling for crying out loud.
Yeah, but this is we have the opportunity here to maybe hear them sing.
Could you stop, please?
The song just gets to you.
Hey, they're not singing. Hey, great. Time for their opponents. Real international matchup here. The amazing French Canadians against two men from Mexico. Super Calo and Villano 4. Here comes Calo. Villano 4 in tow.
Man has never taken his hat off, even in the shower. That's what I hear. Hat never comes off.
I don't believe that at all.
What I hear.
We'll be going back to Monday Nitro. Calo and Villano 4. Oh, no.
Now, we would appreciate if you bunch of hillbillies would stand up and join us in the greatest country of all time.
Tony's standing not because he appreciates the French Canadians, because he's a hillbilly. Get down, get down.
They don't know the words. They do not know the words of the national anthem.
You're the Robert Goulet, so what? The song's that good, you can pick it up any place. It's like Roll Out the Barrel.
Fans, we want to remind you, North Charleston Coliseum in Charleston, South Carolina is the home of WCW's Uncensored. The event is available exclusively on pay-per-view. Even at this 11th hour, as you see the action hot and heavy here, make sure you call your local cable operator to be a part of Uncensored.
Well, I haven't seen this many people rolling on the floor since you and I went to that disco that night in Des Moines.
I've never been with you to a disco in Des Moines. See, you're lying.
She looked like you.
Oh. You can't win against you.
Colonel, have a little talk with him. Regroup him. The Colonel's made some wise investments for them with their money in the South.
Has he really?
Yes. Colonel's a shrewd businessman.
Colonel is a shyster is what he is. Just like you. Knee to the back, the Canadian, Super Calo, and Villano 4 to the ropes. Oh! A running lariat for the big guy, Carl Willett.
Doesn't like anybody, does he?
Nope. And now Jacques Rougeau, what a veteran he is.
Comes from a great tradition on the wrestling family.
Sure does.
His father, Jacques Sr., was a great wrestler. His uncle, Johnny Rougeau.
Here's the tag, Jacques and Willett. Sends him in double team.
Oh!
Up and down, and that was awesome.
And the hat stays on.
How about that?
You ever super glue a hat to your head?
Well, maybe in college, something close to that. Down goes Super Calo.
Oh, I thought she was going to do something.
So did I, actually.
So did the crowd. I saw 8 people leave.
Up onto the top turnbuckle. Look at this. A Boston Crab and a great double team. Oh, my goodness. What a maneuver. What a maneuver that was.
That's all for Calo.
Combination crab and a big leg drop. It is over.
He's hurt, and he's not going anyplace.
That was as good a double team tag team maneuver as you'll find in our sport, Brain.
Boy, no doubt about that, and they were smart about it. You want parole? Nah. Anyway, when he hooked him in that Boston Crab and started sitting down on him, there was really no place for Calo to go. He should have given up right there. But then when Willette came off that top rope, we're well over 300 pounds.
This is our Valvoline replay, used by top mechanics everywhere. People who know use Valvoline, brain.
Almost takes him out of his boots with that running clothesline. Now watch this. This is good tag team wrestling. Jacques puts him right where he wants him. Willette gets him ready, rolls him over after dropping on him off that top rope. He gets the 1-2-3 count. A very impressive team and a great, great win for Colonel Parker's team. The amazing French-Canadian. Viva la France!
Well, it is true. Eric Bischoff has been suspended. We'll show you all of that when we come back.
To the Superstation TBS, Chris Cruz, the living legend Larry Zbyszko, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes on a WCW Pro just a few weeks away from Spring Stampede, and we just saw it. It's a no disqualification match. The announcement of that, of course, the Macho Man Randy Savage against Diamond Dallas Page. And gentlemen, Diamond Dallas Page, I think, has an opportunity here to really make his career. And Dusty, you know this, one match can make you or break you.
Well, I think he already did. I think Dallas already did. I think he moved into a situation where he became a real player. When he got the Diamond Cutter, went ahead the last 2 years and learned his trade, dropped Hall and Nash. I think Savage, by playing the families with Dallas, when they brought out them magazines with them pictures of Dallas's Kimberly that had her, she had no clothes on. And he's booked in his magazine, and Dallas is protecting her honor, you know? See what I'm saying? I don't think it had anything to do with making a career.
Well, Spring Stampede marks the return of Kimberly, and let's not forget, of course, what happened when the Macho Man Randy Savage, and apparently this is the case, spray-painted Kimberly and DDP. It was most humiliating.
Yeah, obviously a humiliation to Diamond Dallas Page and his wife, but again, a cowardly act by Macho Man Savage. No disqualification match is going to be right up the alley of Diamond Dallas Page, and I hope Macho Man makes that ever unforgiving mistake of underestimating Page, because he'll get the Diamond Cutter and for once get his big mouth shut.
And coming up this Thursday for fans in the Baltimore area, we are going to be at the Baltimore Arena. Tickets available at the Arena box office at all Ticket Master outlets. On Friday night, Johnston, Pennsylvania at the Cambria County War Memorial. 7:30 is the bell time. Tickets available at the box office and at all the usual outlets. And then Saturday night in Charleston, West Virginia at the Civic Center. Tickets available at the Civic Center box office and at all Ticket Master outlets. And gentlemen, we just saw the announcement of Spring Stampede, and you know it's never too early to call your cable company to buy Spring Stampede, and we will see who will face Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the title as soon as we get a winner in that match involving Harlem Heat, Lex Luger, and the Giant. What if the Giant wins that match? The Giant against Hogan.
Well, Giant, Lex Luger, either one, as far as I'm concerned, could take the belt from Hulk Hogan. What do you mean the Harlem Heat? One of them or both of them?
Both of them. Both members of Harlem Heat, Lex Luger and the Giant, are going to be in that four-way corner match. One of the great main events we've got coming up for Spring Stampede, and the winner gets to wrestle Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the title. What if both members of Harlem Heat are left? They're going to have to go at each other, brother against brother.
That would be interesting.
As we said, it's live tomorrow night, Monday Nitro. Dusty, I know you tune in to watch your buddy, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. The Nature Boy Ric Flair, Lex Luger, the Giant, the Steiner brothers will be there tomorrow night on TNT. And a rumor that Sting will be there as well.
Yeah, we talked a lot about it on Saturday night, me and the Silver Tongue Tony Schiavone, on what was getting ready to transpire at Nitro coming up live. But one thing, we filibustering around here about teams moving up the ladder.
Yeah.
The French Canadians have ragged these guys. Well, we've been talking here. I've been watching them from the get-go. They sang, they beat them up, they sang some more, and now you're caught up with it, and now they're just ragging them. They're a team that wants to be in that spot. Speaking of four corners or whatever it is, they want to be in a spot to gain a world title. That's why they're here.
Of course, the Steiner brothers, who we'll see tomorrow night on Nitro, are in this spot. They are up against the World Tag Team Champions, the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash at Spring Stampede.
This time, at least, they won't have the political power of Eric Bischoff They win the belts like men, no doubt in my mind. Oh, they can beat the Outsiders and get back to gold, which should be around their waist.
The Steiners did beat the Outsiders, just the 3-count, and did win the World Tag Team Champions, and got them stripped unfairly, obviously, by Eric Bischoff, who himself has now been stripped of any powers, can't sign contracts, can't do any business dealings as it regards World Championship Wrestling. So no more Eric Bischoff getting in the face of the Steiner brothers. All right, a lot more to come, including word on the magazine 1996 in review in a moment here on The Pro.
We go into the arena now here at Universal Studios, Florida, in time for Tag Team Action Brain. And so many great matches on tap this Sunday at Spring Stampede. We'll be talking about what could happen to the Steiners and what may happen to the Macho Man or Diamond Dallas Page. And by the way, we're going to show the fans later on. We're going to take you back to Monday Nitro and show you what happened at the hands of the New World Order to Diamond Dallas Page.
There's the Colonel.
Boy, what a con man he is.
A con man?
Oh, he's a friend of yours, isn't he?
He's a personal friend of mine.
Enough said.
I hope he sings.
I said stop the music.
I bet you're going to say something
Now
about
we would
hillbillies.
appreciate if you bunch of hillbillies
Oh, there you go.
would
Tony, you're
stand
psychic.
up and join us in the greatest country's national anthem.
Hit it. Music's a little too loud. Can't really appreciate their voice.
Something smells here, too.
Either that or he's had an accident.
You shut up.
This is like really bad.
I enjoy this.
That's what I mean. It's like really bad. All right. The tag team match opens up Worldwide Wrestling. Doc Dean, Robbie Brookside from Great Britain, the opponents. And they're leading the chant of USA. Figure that one out. There's not a wrestler from USA in the ring. But of course, here at Universal Studios, Florida, we're in the USA. You remember that one, Brain?
Yeah, I know where I'm at.
The USA now.
Ooh.
Knee left on Doc Dean. Doc Dean holds his ground and sends Rougeau in, and Brookside scoop slam. How about that teamwork?
I'm surprised. This is good teamwork out of this team.
Dean makes a cover. 1, 2, no.
These Canadians these are real tough guys.
Yes, they are.
I thought they would dominate this match. I thought they would control it. But this team of Brookside and Dean, they've done their homework.
Fans look on here at Universal Studios, Florida. Missed a lariat and an elbow. Look at the quickness of Brookside, would you? Knee to the midsection. Brookside hits the ropes. Sunset flip time here. Here comes Doc Dean to help out.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this team. They realize that millions and millions of people all over the world watch WCW. They're out here to make a name for themselves, and they don't care if it's at the expense of the amazing French Canadians. But now I think the Canadians, I think the Colonel's got them geared now that they're going to wake up and realize they're being made to look bad. Keep them in the corner and put the boots to them. Simple.
The team in the front of the line right now, of course, the Steiner brothers, who this Sunday get a shot at not only the tag team belts, but a little bit of payback, retribution, if you will, against the Outsiders. Into the ropes, up and down goes Brookside. And there's one stern disadvantage here. That is the fact that the Canadians have a definite weight advantage over this duo from Great Britain.
No doubt about it. Colonel here, a helpful man.
Yes, what's he trying to do?
He's shining his shoes on the man. That's what he's doing. There's some dust on his boots, so he thought he'd kick the dust off him by using...
Well, that makes all the difference in the world now, doesn't it?
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to me, too. Up on top, boy, you don't want to have this big...
watch
Look at this, Boston Crab, and a guillotine leg drop. Oh, my. What a double team maneuver that was.
This is it. He's not going anyplace.
He's not going to get up here from this, you're right.
Well, look at his legs aren't even moving. That's scary. He could have broke the man's back or his spine. Very, very easy.
And that would have been okay with the amazing French Canadians on Worldwide Wrestling in the opening bout. Got some fans here from Louisiana. How about that?
How can you tell? They had his shoes off?
Saw the Thibodeau on the... Oh, would you please leave people alone, beginning with me? Go ahead.
Well, get a shot here. Here's your amazing French Canadians. They put that youngster up about 8 or 10 feet in the air. He's going nowhere after this. There's the Colonel getting a little dust off his riding boots there. Up the top rope. Across the back of the neck. As Rougeau holds him in that Boston Crab. There's your winner. Amazing French Canadians.
Next, come in, and we'll be back on Worldwide Wrestling. Here's the part you've been waiting for, isn't it?
The singing of the amazing French Canadians, if we're lucky. I hear they're going to have an album coming out.
Oh, baloney.
Your favorite food?
No, actually, well, never mind. The amazing French Canadians, you know, I've heard just the contrary. I've heard that the Canadian government very upset about how they've been butchering the national anthem.
Tony, they're thinking about putting a picture on the stamp of them and having their own coin and their own holiday for the amazing French Canadians as soon as they capture the WCW Tag Team Championship.
It's a great song. I mean, the Canadian national anthem is really, really beautiful. And
a toe tapper.
No, it's not a toe tapper. It's a move. Hey, all right. Forget about it. Don't give him the mic. Don't let him sing. Here comes the Faces of Fear. I like this.
I wouldn't want to sing either, knowing I have to wrestle the Faces of Fear. I'd watch them come out of the dressing room. I'd watch them come up and out. I wouldn't take my eyes off. They terrify me. Along with Jimmy Hart.
Ming, the Barbarian.
Let me just think, the man's name is the Barbarian. And this is my partner, Ming. I mean, that tells me goodbye.
All right, the Faces of Fear and the amazing French Canadians. And the good news is, no singing. We love it. Let's hear it for the producers of our program.
Stop the music!
Oh, no!
Now we would appreciate
no!
if you bunch of hillbillies would stand up and join us in the singing of the national anthem!
Oh, give me a break!
Come on, Tony, stand up. Get down.
Yeah, they're going to get down all right.
Obviously, the Faces of Fear are cultured when it comes to music.
Yes, and of course, in defense of the Faces of Fear, they haven't heard any music yet. Into the midsection now.
Oh, they're just tough, brutal men. They just pound on you from the start.
Yes.
And they never back up. They don't mind if they're in a fight, not at all.
Up, pick up. Ming tried to backslide and kicked him right in the head with a reverse kick that time.
Well, you can see the sweat on the body there of the French Canadian. That was too much for Ming to hold, but he did catch that man in midair. Just think of that.
Carl Ouellet, over 300 pounds, the big guy. Tough place now for Ming to be. He's caught right in the corner with Rougeau and Ouellet.
Yeah, but Ming was raised in tough places.
Come on. Great double team.
I mean, this guy doesn't shop on Rodeo Drive. But if he wanted to, he could. Any place he wants to, he can go. I'm not going to tell him to leave, are you?
No, have you seen Colonel Parker here?
I saw him earlier. He had a video camera. He's probably up in the rafters shooting some tape of this match.
No, Colonel Robert Parker at ringside here. And that's kind of unusual.
Well, not when you're doing what he's doing right now. You see, there's so many tag teams here in competition. He had this movie camera. It had to be about a $20,000 one. It had all these gadgets on it. And he was walking around, so I know what he's doing. He wants to get an aerial view of this, and he don't trust anybody rather than do it from the floor. Very smart man.
The Canadian top rope drop. 1, 2, no. The Barbarian ends that one, kicking Ouellet in the back of the noggin. Scott Dickinson trying to restore some order, but the Canadians now with a double team.
Oh!
Little misdirection play. Super kick sends Rougeau down. Jimmy Hart's got the megaphone. And now this one is over. Well, it took the megaphone, and it's beyond me why men this big need to have some sort of little whippersnapper on the outside, throw him a gimmick to win the match.
Well, if you're upset about that, I suggest you go up to Ming and Barbarian. Hey, pal, I got something I want to run by you.
Okay.
And I'll hold your coat, and you want to write a note I'll give to your family where they can send the remains?
No, but I want you to go ahead and call this replay, if you will.
There you see. Goulet hits his partner with a clothesline. Kick to the side of the head by the big man Ming. Forward pass from Brett Favre, cut by Andre Rison, spiked it, lateral back. Touchdown, your winner. Ming of the Faces of Fear. One tough team. They won't be singing tonight, will they? Maybe I'll have to.
The amazing French Canadians, and I'm going to put in an early request right here, Larry, that we not hear any vocalizing of that beautiful Canadian national anthem.
Well, I quit arguing with everybody. I just got this mute button installed by JP, the sound guy.
Yeah.
So when they came out, I just pressed this button.
Fair enough. There's Carl Ouellet, and there, Larry, of course, Colonel Rob Parker of the French Foreign Legion.
What?
Colonel Rob.
What?
The mute thing. They're not singing yet. Colonel
They're
Rob
chanting.
Parker.
You know what? It's an interesting Sister Sherry. We all know the woman that drove Colonel to join the Foreign Legion, and then she's here with the heat.
Oh, boy.
Hey, let me get the button.
Could be fireworks. We're going to lose the legend here for about 15, 20 seconds. Maybe shorter than that, I hope. Jacques Rougeau trying to... oh, please. There is not a fertile dog within 20 miles of this place.
What?
But, they're still singing. Don't do it yet. The crowd, USA, USA. I'm for that. No, they're finished, Larry. The button. There you go.
Okay, I got the button.
You missed it.
I just can't take it anymore. I mean, those guys are bad.
It was
the
worse
Mormon
than
Tabernacle Choir would hang these guys.
I agree.
They're supposed to be nice people.
True. But they're going up against a couple of unnice, if that's the right word,
well,
Harlem Heat.
Harlem Heat, they've impressed me since day one, and just as hungry as they ever were now. And so they got experience. Amazing French Canadians. Going to have to rely on teamwork because they're not going to be able to outspeed the forces of the Harlem Heat. And of course, Colonel Parker's not going to be much help because he's still scared stiff of Sister Sherry.
Hey, so am I. Did you see her when she walked out of the fog back there?
I joined the Foreign Legion myself.
I'm going to sign up right now. Oh, could be fireworks at ringside between the Colonel and the sister. But what's going to go on in the ring is not going to be chopped liver either. As Jacques Rougeau and Carl Ouellet, the amazing French Canadians, square off against the Harlem Heat. And you know, Larry, the Harlem Heat they're never in a good mood, but they're in a worse mood than normal because they think they should be getting a shot at the Steiners for the #1 contender spot to the tag team titles.
Well, everybody wants that. The Canadians want the Steiner brothers. They're the guys that have to be, irate the most. I mean, they had the gold. It was taken away by Bischoff in that corporate fiasco, which hopefully J.J. Dillon and some people will straighten out. But right now, Steiners have the biggest right and claim to anything. We'll find out what happens right here. Harlem Heat definitely want a victory. Definitely want to become the #1 contender.
You talk about rage and anger, Larry. What about the rage and anger being felt right now by Glacier as we're a couple of weeks away from Slamboree when Mortis and that still mysterious behemoth, the big man, and Mortis along with James Vandenberg came out on Nitro and stole that ceremonial helmet of Glacier.
Glacier took a beating, and I think worst of all is they stole the helmet, and Vandenberg, a collector of rare oddities of antiquity, made off with it. But to Glacier, that's a very important personal part of his life and his discipline. And He wants it back, and I think war has just begun between Glacier and the forces of Mr. Vandenberg.
Well, Vandenberg, a collector of oddities. They don't come much more odd than Mortis. We'll see Mortis and Glacier at Slamboree in 2 weeks from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's on pay-per-view. It's Slamboree. It's always good. Double suplex by the Harlem Heat on Carl Ouellet.
Yeah, double trouble, too. You know, Ouellet had a chance to make a tag, but he let it go by. Always make a tag. I mean, right there, look at Stevie Ray. Drag him over, tag Booker T. Even if you don't need to, even if you're in a position of control, still, more tags the merrier.
That's right. You can always stand to take a little break out there and catch your breath. Oh, and Jacques Rougeau from behind drops Booker T. Stevie Ray tries to save his brother. The referee distracted by now Sister Sherry, while Jacques puts the boots to Booker T.
You know, and that's one of the fine points of tag team wrestling. When you wrestle singles, you can afford to stand still and eye up your opponent and do things. In tag matches, one of the golden rules, a lot of tags, but never stand still, because the partner can always come from behind. That's one of the things I could never get in Arn Anderson's head. He'd stand still too much during tag matches.
Well, you and Arn Anderson certainly one of the great tag teams. If that's a fault, that may be the only fault you guys had as a team.
He was a little stubborn.
Jacques Rougeau makes the tag to Carl Ouellet. And Booker T about to be double-teamed by the Canadians. Carl Ouellet, oh! Clothesline as Jacques Rougeau took his legs out from under him. The crowd giving it the old American effort, but to no avail as the Canadians in control over Harlem Heat.
Yeah, and they're going to maintain it if they keep doing what they're doing. Now they're utilizing teamwork. They made a nice tag there. This is the second double effort. Again, followed up with the combination. That's 3. The Canadians, they can't outpower the Heat. They're not faster than the Heat, but they can outsmart the Harlem Heat.
The Harlem Heat, a very emotional team, and they've got an emotional manager out there in Sister Sherry, and she's having some words for the Colonel.
You can see Colonel Parker keeping his distance, too. I don't blame him. Oh, they hung him!
Oh, double hot shot by the Canadians, and Booker T. Is he conscious? Yeah, he's moving. Oh, I don't see how. The Canadians.
They caught him right underneath the throat, Scott. For Booker T to be wobbly is hard because this guy's in shape. Oh, let him go.
Half sunset flip. Gets a count of 2 on Carl Ouellet. Booker T still in it. Oh,
caught him. That was a 360.
What a powerful clothesline by Carl Ouellet.
See again, right in the corner, bully him in, make the tag. French Canadians are thinking.
Both Canadians putting the boots to Booker T. Now Stevie Ray comes in. Stevie Ray's fired up. He's looking for Jacques Rougeau, and Rougeau ducks out of the way, and now referee Mark Curtis will move Stevie Ray back to the ring apron. Oh, Booker T move. Booker T out of the way, flips into the tag, and now a fresh Stevie Ray comes in there.
Yeah, fresh, very big Stevie Ray, and he's nailing him.
Right hands for everybody in the Canadians. Sends Jacques Rougeau over. Oh! Right in the gut. He sends Carl Ouellet in. High backdrop. Stevie Ray is in control.
He got them both.
Double clothesline by Stevie. He's calling in.
Hey, Parker's got the flagpole.
What on earth?
Ooh, I thought he was going to hit him, but right there he distracted and threw it to Ouellet.
Ouellet. Oh, Stevie move. Carl Ouellet hit Jacques Rougeau with the flag. Booker T, super kick. That's the count of 3.
It backfired on Parker. He had a plan, but sometimes they just don't work out well.
Harlem Heat gets the victory. What a victory for the Heat. Fans, don't forget, tomorrow night, Monday Nitro, 7 p.m. Eastern. Special start time at 7, and we will see you next week on The Pro.
We are back for the feature bout on Worldwide Wrestling from Universal Studios, Florida. The amazing French Canadians and Colonel Robert Parker making their way out. Well, Brain.
Some little kid just came up to me. He said, "Would you sign this for me?" I said, "What's your name?" He said, "Mitt." I said, "Mitt." And his mother came and said, "Come on, Tim." Guy had his name backwards. Imagine that.
You talking about that little kid with a funny haircut that walked over here?
Like Mo Howard, yeah.
Had his face all contorted and his mouth pointing down.
Must have had some of Mummy's cooking.
I wish you'd leave these young fans alone.
They are great fans. Even one of these kids told me. But yeah. I don't know how to do it.
Oh my goodness. I don't even want to go there. High voltage.
Me neither.
High voltage and the amazing French Canadians in this tag team bout here. And we saw the Steiners earlier. Let's talk for a minute here, if we can, before this match gets well underway, about the Giant and the Macho Man Randy Savage. You made a statement. You made it recently on WCW's Main Event Wrestling that you and I co-host, that anytime someone gets embroiled in a battle or a feud or an issue with Macho Man Randy Savage, he makes them crazy.
Oh, he does. He gets right under your skin. I'll give you an example. Let's say you lived across the yard from him. You put your trash cans out in the morning, right? And Savage would put his trash cans out. Savage would find a way to put his trash cans close to yours. Put more garbage just to make you mad. Now, if it was another neighbor, you'd say, hey, Frank, move those over a bit. Savage was your neighbor. You'd go get a ball bat and want to have a piece of him. He's just that way. He's just an annoying human being. Great guy.
Just about as annoying as listening to the Canadians sing their rendition of the Canadian national anthem, or "Oh Canada," if you will. And here we go. High voltage having no respect, and you heard Jacques Rougeau there for the Canadians. This is a very important match for both teams here, Brain.
Very important, because High Voltage here, they're on the brink of stardom. I mean, everybody knows who they are now. They've got some impressive wins, but you know what I mean? They're just on the brink of stardom.
The chant of USA, and Mickey J says, all right, let's wrestle, and here we go.
And the French Canadians are the pride of Canada, you know.
Yeah, right.
They are.
They are not the pride of Canada. I can name you a lot of Canadians who the Canadian people hold in higher esteem than these two.
Gretzky.
Larry Walker of the Rockies.
Bobby Hall.
See? A lot more than
Angelo Mosca.
Oh, what?
Big dummy.
Oh, that's a name out of the past.
Big dummy?
No, Angelo Mosca.
Same thing.
Sorry, fans. Sorry, Angelo, if you're listening.
He can't hear anymore.
You leave him alone. And keep up with the time, and he gets knocked down by Chaos.
I'll tell you something. Both these teams are looking to see who the winner's going to be at Road Wild. They're going to find out if it's going to be the Steiners or if it's going to be the Outsiders, because everybody wants a piece of that championship money.
And that's the key word, Brain. You said it right there. Championship. You didn't say championship belt, championship title. You said championship money. And that's what it's all about. That's why men will resort to tactics like you just saw, fans, with Colonel Robert Parker, like you saw throughout the career of one Bobby the Brain Heenan, going to the lowest point that you can go on earth to try to get an extra buck.
Tony, you will get housewives that cook 3 meals a day for their family, wash every bit of clothes for their children, make sure everybody's to the doctor, to school, and have done the right thing, and will stab you in the back at a garage sale quicker than any woman you've ever seen. That's exactly what's happening here. They want a deal, they want to win, same as anybody else, so they have to do a little something extra, so what?
Jacques Rougeau as Rage is on the outside, and there's
right on the edge of the step, too.
Right on the edge of that step, you're right. Colonel Parker not only stomping the man, but with that riding crop, smacking Rage back and forth, enabling now Carl Willett to roll him in. Road Wild is 1 week from this Saturday. That is on the 9th of August. That's right, fans. As you know, we have pay-per-views usually on a Sunday. But this will be on a Saturday. It'll be our second pay-per-view on a Saturday. Actually, WCW's first. NWO's pay-per-view in January was the day before the Super Bowl. But this will be a Saturday night pay-per-view event. And here comes Double Team.
They're on the good foot now. I'll applaud you.
Oh, you will.
What hospitable hosts they were when I was in Montreal the last time with Carl and Jacques.
Oh, they were, huh? Running double team that time, a lariat. Cover one, cover two, only got a 2 count.
You know, the outsiders better be very careful, because in the back of the mind of the signers, which is where most of their thoughts are, they remember Scott Steiner having to have back surgery. They remember winning a match and have Eric Bischoff take everything away from him.
Yes.
And they also remember that horrible accident they had when they blew a tire on the highway, or they hit some loose gravel, whatever it was.
When they were run off the road by the outsiders is what you mean. Don't take up for them.
I'm not.
Scoop slam. And now, Chaos and Rage are...
They can beat this team. They can beat the Canadians.
Of course they can. They've beaten Public Enemy, former tag team champs. Chaos in there with Rougeau, the referee, looking at Rage. Oh my goodness, great pickup by Rougeau. And I mean, Chaos absolutely helpless with that one. And a great power bomb, and here comes Double T.
The big man's going up top.
Look at this, Boston Crab.
Right on the back, watch.
Combination.
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
Combination guillotine leg drop.
I don't care how many muscles you have, how good a shape you're in, how you've trained. You get the French Canadians to hook you in that Boston Crab, and then have the big man will that come off that top rope and drop all that 335 pounds in the small of your back, pal. It's over.
So, the amazing French Canadians.
This is the referee again.
No, it's not. Get a win.
Claude Rains.
Would you stop all Worldwide Wrestling? Okay, Brain, let's